Hey guys, what's up? What's up? Let me get my cozy self. I'm using natural lights from the outside. I could put on my kitchen light, but I just feel honestly a little cozy. I'm about to go take a nap. I'm not gonna lie to you. Probably should watch a show. I'm watching a lot of Vlogmas right now. I'm not sure if I'm putting it out just out today as a regular video, or I'm gonna put this as a vlog. Maybe I'll put this as a Vlogmas so I can have content to put out, because I need content. Plus I need. I probably should be recording with my camera, but I'm just, it's a lot, guys. So I just want you guys, well, it don't matter if you do, but I would like that you guys be grateful. I just want to tell you guys, even though I'm not at the place I want to be, I'm at the place I should be, and I'm just very grateful about everything that's happened to me, thus far. Even though I had hard times and I had all these things, and you just never know. Oh, I need to call my doctor. I forgot. Oh, let me tell y'all this. So y'all know, a couple of months ago, well, I think it was April, but then I got an update. Let me tell y'all. So this year, um, every year, if you don't know when you have Medicaid, whatever, you have to re-qualify for the thing. So initially, I got my Medicaid through um PA, which is public assistance, because that's what I was on before. I was on for a cool minute, and me and my daughter was on the insurance. But I always got food stamps, I always got cash. But when you make a little bit more money, it don't gotta be a lot. Because honestly, if probably for if a different state, but honestly, everywhere is getting expensive, so it don't even matter what state you're living in. Um, if I live in a different state, was not New York City, not like LA, where like where even Chicago probably where the standard of living is higher, um, than where that particular place is, right? Um, not the point. So I made more money, right, through my jobs. Not even social. Well, most of my jobs deal with a lot of with social media, so I guess so, but not particularly this YouTube. The podcast deals with my actual job, which we share information and resources to people about helping them with not being homeless, and if they're homeless, helping with that, and also aftercare. We try our best to give you guys information about what's actually helpful. This thing, I love it. I think it's just like so fancy, but it's they be giving putting stuff on my face like from this thing. It just be, oh my god, if y'all know what I'm talking about, give me a thumbs up. Um, so I should have brought a daggone tripod for this thing. It's in my bag. I'm just too lazy to get up. So I made a little bit of extra money. So they said, they started weaning me off. Not even weaning me off, but they started taking me off for first cash always goes usually first, then food stamps. They just kind of give you a boot, right? So I got her food stamps, and I still had my insurance that I was going on, but actually, my insurance came off before my food stamps. I just realized it. My insurance came off like in like March, April. My food stamps came off because I had to switch over to just food stamps, and I asked me my insurance gonna be good. They said it wasn't, and then it wasn't. I'm like, yeah, I had the audacity. So they took me off of my insurance. I got new insurance. I used to have Emblem, now I have Fidelis. So what happened? So then they finally took me off for food stamps. I think October 1st was the last. But I'm like, y'all could just September because that's when the last time I got money from you guys. I ain't getting money in October for food stamps. Okay, whatever. So I had my insurance. And because they say I make money, I had to pay a monthly, I guess you call premium every month for me and KK. But then they said they changed it, and they said KK used to be $9 for KK. But when I was doing the regular insurance, I also did like a Medicaid thing, and apparently I did. I don't know what's going on because I've been calling them. They've been saying I don't owe them money. There's a whole bunch of foolishness going on with this damn insurance. So I'm going through insurance and blase in the third, and they telling me. First they told me $9 for KK. A couple months later they said, "Oh no, the zero, whatever." Okay, fine. I'm like, "Oh, that's great. I'm saving myself $9." When I did $9 is not a lot, but when you add it up for 12 months, it's still not a lot, honestly. But every single thing counts. I need to try to find a way to save money. I must try my best to stop buying Starbucks because I spend a lot at that company, and I don't got no damn shares. Like if I had shares in it, I would understand, but I don't got no damn shares in Starbucks. So it's like, girl, you putting all the money in the company, you're not getting nothing out of it. It's crazy. Um, when I can spend some money, I want to do some investing and invest in companies that I actually use every day, because it's like, I'm not gonna be using you and I can't you're not. You're not gonna be using me and I can't use you. It's a problem. Gotta be a two-way street, easy street, ba-da, easy street. Not the point. So what else? So they told me in November, I want to say late October, November, that your insurance is changing, and I was like, what? Because they told me every year, even though I did it in the middle of the year, every year I have to reapply my. To me, I think that's kind of checker, but whatever. But with all these governmental whatever, and because I don't have a regular conventional job, I have 1099s, right? I don't get insurance through my job, so I have to get other insurance. And because I'm not saying I'm sickly, because it could be much worse, to be honest. But I'm not. I have a chronic condition, basically, right? So I have to go to the eye doctor at least every 3 to 6 months. If you don't know, I have uveitis of the eyes, which is inflammation in the back of the eyes. I used to have inflammation in my joints because I used to have juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. I grew out of it, but it can be a chance when I get older, I get arthritis again. But honestly, most old people, not most, but a lot of old people tend to get arthritis anyway. So I guess, whatever. I'm just prone to get it more because I had it as a child, right? But I grew out of it, thank God. And thank God that KK doesn't have it. Apparently, nobody told me when I was a child. Apparently, it can be passed on to your kids, but they have until 16 to have the juvenile part of it. So I guess it's just a waiting game. Because right now she's good, but she have until 16. But hopefully, God's willing, he does not get it. But at the point. So they're telling me, my insurance changed because of they changing, and because they're trying to adjust for inflation and all that stuff. So they changed a lot of requirements. So they told me at first I was paying $30-something a month for my insurance, and that's crazy to me because I talked to you guys many a times about this problem. I paid $30-something a month, but yet I'm still paying a damn copay. Like, copay just to see a doctor is $50. To see a specialist is $50. To see my regular doctor was $25. What? Like, that's crazy. So, and then when I went to the urgent care the other day, it's $50. But I'm just signing this paper for foster care is $100. And maybe if I would have known this, I would have stayed. Like, I already knew that when they told you the other day when I got the infection in the face, what happened, whatever. Like, a guy, he said to do it is $100. Why in the world? I'm tight, but I'm not tight. It's like, it is what it is. I understand why people now just get sick and they're just dying off and they don't bother getting insurance unless they keep the job what gives them insurance. And I feel like it's hard for me because I'm a person who doesn't do 9 to 5. I'm not a very 9 to 5 kind of person. I think if I got every 9 to 5, me and Katani would be like, we're already butting heads in the morning because she's not a morning person. I'm not a morning person, but I get up because I know she has to go to school. But she gets to school almost every day late. And it's like, girl, when your trip day is going to be early, when your certain days going to be early, no, you got to be early for school. You're missing out on information. Like, girl, get it together. Her other school used to be 15 minutes. Like you start at a certain time, and 15 minutes later, that's when they kind of start class. They make them kind of settle down, kind of thing. So she had some time, but this time they kind of go as school as it starts. They starting like, damn. But it is what it is. Like, all the schools work differently. It's the same network kind of thing. So today they canceled choir rest, so I don't have to go to that today, which is good. So I went to my doctor on one day. I got my shots for my stuff. Every day I got my shots for my thing because every doctor I go to is in like one building, but it's different floors. So I went to them and I told my insurance because I haven't been to them since last week. I don't go to the doctor regularly. And that's something hurting. Even when something's hurting, I'm gonna tuck it out until a couple of days and hopefully it passes by. Probably not the best thing to do. But last year, after like many years, I didn't get no blood work done. I don't feel bad about it because I just don't like to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. I know I don't know. My eyes are really stressful. It is what it is. Give me anxiety. After I told you about the dentist thing, after that time, I have not liked doctors. Like, I have not been a fond. People say it's the white coat. It's the whole thing. It's the whole environment. Not with it. So, I was gonna say. So, I wish my insurance could cover the damn gym. That would be great too. Because, some insurance do cover it and they give you like a payback kind of thing. And I think it's mostly because if you get it through your job kind of thing. But whatever. Not even the point. So, when I went to my doctor and they said they don't take my insurance, but they take my insurance All right, because my insurance is gonna change in January. They told me I have to recertify for it, and they're not. I need to call for KK's insurance too. Are they gonna do theirs? I just, it's too much. So they told me that I'll have to recertify every year. They said apparently they were only over for January for me. I called the company. They said I asked them, do I owe any money? They told me no. I went to the doctor the other day. They told me that I owe money to the insurance company. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you saying? I'm so confused. So hold on. Did I do? I don't know what's going on. And my doctor told me they're gonna to not therapy, not what is it? The caseworker they want me to go to see what's going on. All right. I went to the doctor the other day, like I told you, and I ended up doing like a checkup because for foster care you have to do a checkup every year. When New York City, you have to do foster care stuff every year, so you have to update your stuff. In other states, it's sometimes 2 years. I want to say 3. I think that's pushing it. I think it's mostly 2 to a year. You have to recertify. It could be different. You could tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. But for New York City, it's a year. So I gotta do it every year. And I'm like, dang, y'all I can try to get me anxiety every time at the same time of the year, every month, like every year. That same time. I'm like, gosh, but you had a damn holidays. Like, give me a break. So I need my glasses. So I had to go pick up the paperwork too. So the girl said it doesn't, your insurance doesn't cover it here. Say, do you still want to see the doctor? I was like, yeah, just push it on through. She said, yeah, they're gonna give you a bill. I'm like, okay, no problem. I just want to, like, in my mind, it's not gonna cost a lot. Like probably $100. I'm gonna just pay that. Maybe $200. I went to the bill. I went to the doctor last week. It was last week Thursday. I got the bill yesterday in my mail. $800 and change. If I knew that was gonna take that much money to do that, I could have went to the damn urgent care for the $100 and saved me some money. So now I have to call my daggone doctor, and she want me to come back in January. If y'all take my insurance, I'm not coming back no time. No time I'm coming back. Let's be real. I'm not coming back no time. Nada. I'm nada. But the good thing about the one, they changed me over to this. I used to be in a silver plan for Emblem. Put me in this other kind of plan. The good thing is I don't know monthly thing, and my copays are reasonable. It's under $20 for my copay for each thing. So even I said, my gynecologist, my dermatologist, I haven't been there for a while. My eczema has not, it flared, but it's not as bad as last year. I would do like this and my hand would hurt, like it was bad. I need to probably, now I'm lotioning only at night. I think I need a lotion twice a day. Probably like, duh. Of course you should be doing that, but I haven't been doing it. My face is dry right now too. That's also why I'm breaking out. But I feel like it'll be patched instead of a breakout though. I don't know. Oh my god, I hit my eye. So it wasn't as bad as last year coming into this year, because last year winter coming, but also the weather hasn't been that cold in New York City. Well, cold for me is like 30 degrees, 20 degrees, and I feel like maybe it had hit a couple of times 30 degrees, but it hasn't been that cold consistently. And I try my best not to put my hand under hot water. I told KK too, because her eczema was getting up a little bit, but it's actually going pretty good now. And she get it on certain parts of her body, and I think I get it in more places than she does. I don't see it on her hand, really, but I see it in other parts of her body. So yeah. So it's just been a lot. I think also why when I was a kid I didn't see eczema that much is I think it also has something to do with your allergies, and my allergies got worse over time. No, it didn't come off, thank God. But I used to put on, especially in high school, I used to put on a lot of lotions, like a lot of moisturizers, like cocoa butter and Vaseline used to be my go-to in the mornings. I was always late for school. Just, the cycle I need a break. But I was always late for school, but I used to always put on my 2 things every morning. Like, I didn't play with that. But, it's a lot. It's honestly a lot. Sorry, I'm so close. It's a lot, and I gotta do what I gotta do. But I haven't been a dermatologist because 1 is not flaring up, and 2, it costs like $100 change when he told me to come. I'm like, what? To see a specialist is $50. He said no for your insurance, $100 change. I'm like, y'all bugging out. Y'all really bugging out, because I'm not paying for that. So I'm waiting till January to go to most of my doctors, if they take my insurance, because my dermatologist take it right now, but it's just still the copay is so high. So next year I'm gonna go to see if they take that insurance, the new one I got with the Fidelis. It's like under a different plan, but it's still the same name. And see if they take that one. My allergist doctor is taking that one, so that's a good thing about that. I have to take allergy shots every month too. It's just like I gotta do allergies, I gotta do dermatologist, I gotta do gyno, which I haven't been to the gyno in forever. Also, I don't be doing nothing, but even if you don't do nothing, stuff can still be happening. Lord Jesus, God, just cover my body, fix what needs to be fixed. I really came on here to say just like, I'm grateful. Why I say I'm grateful. The other day I was thinking, I wanted to do a testimony church. Honestly, when I go in church, when they do testimony time, most times I don't stand up. I'm not gonna lie to you. Most times I don't stand up. Then Sunday, I think God really like. I'm a weirdo with this, right? Sometimes I know. I don't feel like I know 100%. I feel like it's 90%. I think it's God telling me to do something, and I just don't do it. And then when then something else happens, I'm like, He told me to do that, you didn't do it, so He skipped over me. He needs to probably be like, I don't want to say this because it might end up happening. Because it sounds like, you have power of tongue. To be like Jonah. I was talking to KK about Jonah's story this morning. She know the story. She forgot half of the story. So, you have to tell the kids over and over again till like it clicks in her mind about whatever. But about how God needs you to do what He says you should do, but you're doing it. You need to learn His voice and things like that. I think the problem is I haven't learned His voice enough to do what I gotta do. So don't be like Jonah. If you don't know the story of Jonah, basically is God told Jonah to do something. He didn't do it. He tried to disobey. He tried to go to Nineveh, right? And it's a story that most time you learn at kids and stuff like that. It's like, it's deep, but it's not that deep kind of story. And he told him to do something. He didn't do it. He ended up being the belly of the whale. And is it a whale for real whale or just fish? Because you know how like sometimes these stories, I want to say it's a real whale. The whale would have been big enough to anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because people always say, "Oh, the apple," and it never said the apple, said the fruit. But because sometimes it's to be the fish, and then because we think no whales are big enough to hold. We were saying just whales, and I feel like it's just a fish, but it could just be just a whale. That make sense? I don't know. Anyway, so he didn't do what he was supposed to do. He ended up in a whale. That he had to listen to God and had to go to another. He had to listen. You had to listen to what he told you to do. But sometimes he could tell you to do something. And if you don't do it, because he needs it to be done, he'll pass over you and go to somewhere else. And that happens to me a lot of times. It don't happen to me as much. I feel like it used to be deeper when I was younger. I need to get back on my stuff. I need to get back on my grind. I need to read my Bible because that's the path you need to go on. That's the path of righteousness. I need to fast. I need to pray more. I pray, but I feel like I don't really get in the nitty gritty. But I'm not a person who's gonna pray like and scream. I'm not that person, and I feel like in my mind, I feel like that's what it means just to pray, because you have to be and being loud, because that's very Jamaican, very church-like. But everybody's not that way. Even when I got filled with the Holy Ghost, I was really like, but that's my attitude. Like, I feel like when I pray to God, I pray like this, but I don't gotta be loud. Like, for me, it's not loud. And I think what it is, I be comparing myself to other people, and I gotta do that because God made me who I am. I gotta be who I am, and authentic in what I do. So what I was gonna say, I don't want him to pass me over. This is an alarm to do something. I don't want him to pass me over, right? Is this for 11 o'clock? Do I have something to do at 11 o'clock? I don't want him to pass me over for what he needs me to do. He might have to be a little Jonah about it for me. I'm asking you guys, because I feel like if I'm gonna push sometimes, I'm like, but do I want the struggles? That's how I feel like I be having the Job struggles. But anyway, I want to say about being grateful. Is that for tomorrow or for today? I'm just so confused. I feel like that's for tomorrow. I don't think I have anything to do today. I'm gonna keep talking then. I used to be a person who had cataract. If you don't know, I had cataracts when I was 13. And I got one out when I was 13. I got the other one when I was 17 because my eyes they won't go in your eye. And because the way my eye condition is set up, I have uveitis, that means there's inflammation in your eye. Before they want to do surgery, inflammation had to be very, very low. So I used to be on a lot of medication. Sometimes I used to take a shot a week in my leg. I used to be on methotrexate, cyclosporin at the same time. And if you don't know, those are like medications will help with many different things, but it's good for inflammation. The eye drops I take is steroids, but it wasn't strong enough. It got so I think cyclosporin was a pill at first. But they said no, that's not good. I don't know the psychospinal and Mexican check say both of them are pills, but one of them you could put into a needle. Like it's a come in a liquid form, and they could put it in your body. It could go through your bloodstream faster. I used to be giving myself needles as a kid, right? And when I had the cataract at one point, I couldn't see in either eye. Like I could, the way they did it, the worst one in my eye, and the information would go down. Took that one out, and it waited a couple of years, took out the other one, right? Because information wouldn't go down and things like that. At one point I couldn't see in either eye, like not at the same time, but I used to get up in the morning in darkness. It's crazy. And I was in Jamaica, so I was not the safe because my auntie house at the time was not finished. So I used to sit in my bed, and I just stayed there until my eyes was like bright. And my auntie didn't believe me. I was 13 at the time. She said, she didn't believe me. I told her I couldn't, see, and she said no. I told her I had a cataract, and she didn't believe me. And then when I was a doctor, I came to New York. They told me I had cataract, and I was like, I know, I figured. I cried. I knew I had it. It was crazy. So so my auntie house wasn't finished, but it's like on a hill going down. So if I went out the wrong door, she opened, like a lot of times, even my grandmother's house, the door, they have a door that leads outside. I think mostly for sunlight and to get the house breeze, but the house part wasn't done. My grandmother's house, I don't think they plan to add any part for there. But my auntie house, after the years when she got her, stuff, she added more parts to the house. So that door ended up being another part of her house, right? So at one point, and then sometimes I'll be in high school. That's when I just literally just started high school. It'll just be sometimes darkness. It was like bad. So it was one point that each eye I could put my hand right here, and all I could see is my hand, or just kind of me waving it, but I couldn't see my hand itself. So I'm just grateful right now, even though I don't have 20/20 vision. That's what I really, really want. I know God can do anything. I'm grateful that I can even see. Like, I'm grateful. So people are not grateful because I feel like they get everything handed to them, and they have all this, lavish lifestyle, and they just forget who is really giving it to them. God gave it to you. Don't be ungrateful. Like, really don't. It's not how I told my daughter, we was doing a Christmas tree. I was supposed to add that pattern, but I didn't even edit it because it was on a different memory card, and I forgot to do it when I did it. Maybe I will put it on for a later one so y'all could kind of see it, like what we talked about, and try to make sure she understand Christmas is not all about getting. I think we forget that in this holidays, and you're buying all these gifts for all these people. But are you grateful? Are you giving things out to other people? People are out here really not having. Some people need to work. They could work, but if you can't work and you can't do certain things, if you're first for your family, or homeless, or just foster care, or anything, any problem, and if you have like all these things that you have, right, be grateful that you had it. Because some people out there really don't have it, and they want to have it, and they even need to have it, because people need to have homes, but they don't have it. Be grateful that you even have these things. Like, that's all I want to say. I don't want to be pushing things down your throat, nothing like that, but just be grateful. Like, I'm grateful for sight, even though it's not what I want it to be, but it needs to be right now. Yeah, just be grateful. Hope you got to the end of this. If you have, put a smiling emoji at the bottom. Maybe put Starbucks in the comments, and I could see if you. I don't want to know scamming, because a lot of people are scamming, but I feel like they're not gonna be scamming me. I'm a smaller YouTuber, kind of thing. But put a smiling emoji, and I could give you a gift card for like maybe Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. Okay, all right, guys, bye.